What is going on, guys? It is your boy, the Pat Goat Gaming, coming at you again with another video. And today, guys, we're getting into my week 2 meta report of OP11.5 with the new starter decks with OP11. We're right in the thick of it, and it seems like the meta is starting to solidify maybe a little bit. The Blue-Purple Luffy running absolutely rampant, 21,000 matches played. But Belo seems to be holding it in check fair enough because, I mean, when Dofi was seeing all of his success, his win rate was like 55%, and there was really just nothing that could stop him to the effect that Belo does. Like, Belo is the second ranked deck right now because of its matchup into UP Luffy. So at least it has the counter. But with that being said, guys, we're going to be getting into the top 10 deck list, and we're going to be getting into UP Luffy's bad matchups because, I mean, we need to counter this deck, guys. Like, we can't just sit here. I mean, Belo kind of already exists, but we either need more people to pick up Belo to force this deck away, and then more decks can rise up and we can see a little bit more diversity, because 21,000 matches played and the next highest is 8,000 matches away is a little bit concerning. And not like it needs to be banned, but just a little bit concerning. I'd like to see a little bit more diversity. But yeah, guys, we're going to be getting into all of that in today's video. So if you're interested in any of these top 10 deck lists, make sure to stick around. I will post all of them in the description below, so you can copy and paste them into your sim if you want to do that. And yeah, all I ask is that you drop a like, drop a sub if you find this video enjoyable, found it useful. And thank you so much, guys, and let's get right into the video. Okay, guys, getting right into UP Luffy here. This is just the menace of the format, and this is kind of the standard list at this point, so I'm just going to scroll through it now. Some cards that jump out to me are the 3 of God Thread. God Thread, just kind of another backup ramp option that's able to clear your opponent's board, ramp you effectively, and really just fits nicely into the deck. For our other ramp options, we're looking at Zoro-Juurou and Mr. 2 Bon Clay. And really the one weakness I see, and even Gear 2 is able to be a ramp option. Never mind, like this deck, like even if you clear the Zoro-Juurou, it's likely that they're going to have either a Mr. 2, an extra Gear 2, or a God Thread the following turn. Just it's really hard to stop them from ramping and getting that extra Dawn that they need to really get started. And if they get 2, you're kind of just cooked. But yeah, guys, this is the list. UP Luffy, an absolute menace. Belo is the deck to stop it, so if you are having trouble against UP Luffy, if your locals is just UP Luffy everywhere, just bring Belo to the meta and you can use this list right here. Belo, I'm not a Belo player. I've never been a Belo player, so I cannot have any inside information on this list, but this is what the best Belo players are running. So if you're looking for something, if you need something to counter that UP Luffy, this is it. What is this 6-cost Sabo? 6-cost Sabo, OP05. Do I even remember this? On play, KO up to 2 characters with a combined power of 4,000 or less. My brain is thinking. I don't remember this card, but yeah, Sabo, cool. I might need to look into that for a couple of red decks I'm building. Very cool inclusion of Sabo though. And another yellow Sabo here from P-073. Activate main. You may put the top or bottom of your life cards into your hand. This turn, give this character plus 1,000 power, 2k counter, and kind of a useful onboard character. So yeah, Belo very, very nice. Next, getting into Green Purple Luffy. Green Purple Luffy, still very, very strong. Did not need very much support from OP11, and I don't think they're using any cards from OP11 or the new starter decks, just kind of what we were used to with the Green Purple Luffy. Sanji and Pudding, just a incredible card, absolutely incredible card with this leader. And yeah, just a very strong list in general, running 3 of the Electrical Lunas as well, and 2 of the Gamma Knife is kind of your tech cards in the list. So yeah, very nice Green Purple Luffy list. Next, getting into the Smoker guys. Smoker, I did not expect to see in the top 4. Honestly, I never thought I'd see it in the top 10 again. Like, the leader is obviously powerful, very strong effect, but I didn't think it was good enough against control decks. But we're kind of in an aggro meta right now. Like, aggro is very good into the top decks in the format. So Smoker seeing a rise again. Are we seeing any new cards being played? Yes, we're seeing the Kujaku. I think her name is Peacock in English, but yeah, Kujaku, the Searcher for Navy. And besides that, we're seeing the Vanilla X Drake being ran as a 2k. Besides that, just your normal Smoker build. Next, getting into Purple Luffy. Purple Luffy still seeing consistency. This deck will just always be here. The effect is too strong. Purple cards are too strong, and Straw Hat cards are insane. just purple Luffy. We are starting to run a little bit more ramp options, not just relying on the purple Luffy ability. So we're running 2 of the Zoro-Juurou. I don't think this was included before. And we're running 4 of the Mr. 2 Bond Clays. Very expensive card. Very, very expensive card. We're also running 2 of the Conqueror of 3 Worlds Ragnarok. This hits an 8 cost. I might start running this in my King build just because Katakuri is so prevalent. The 8 cost Katakuri is so prevalent in both this deck and the UP Luffy list. And just being able to get that Katakuri off the board, let him not have an 8k blocker for the rest of the game is absolutely huge. Besides that, just kind of your generic purple Luffy stuff. We're running 1 of the Gamma Knife and not much to write home about here. Next, getting into the Bonnie. Bonnie, just the same thing as purple Luffy. Like, her leader ability is just so consistent that always somewhere around the top 20 decks, at least top 20 decks, at least high tier, like high B tier, mid A tier will always be the Bonnie and the purple Luffy, just from their leader abilities alone. New cards we're running the Capone Gang Badge from ST18-001. It's a blocker on play if you have 6 or more rested cards. Draw 1 and trash 1, so very nice blocker there. And we're also running the Kid and Killer Searcher. So this is a Supernova Searcher, and on your opponent's attack you may trash this character to set one of your Dawn as active. So very, very nice with the Bonnie ability. You can just trash this. Even if you didn't leave a Dawn up for Bonnie, you have a secret Dawn laying around with your Kid and Killer. And Basil Hawkins is from ST24 as well. 2k, end of your turn, set up to one of your Dawn cards as active. Works perfectly with the deck. And we have the Law and Beppo from ST24. If you don't know what this does, it is on play, rest up to one of your opponent's characters, and that character will not become active in your opponent's next refresh phase. Then if you have 2 or more rested characters, your opponent gains plus 2,000 power. Your leader gains plus 2,000 power until the end of your opponent's next end phase. I'm sorry, I can't read. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, so my eyes are still waking up. But yeah, we have a couple new cards: Law and Beppo, Basil Hawkins, Kid and Killer, and the Capone Gang Badge making their way into the Bonnie list. Next, we have the Blackbeard list, and I was looking at this before, and the only new support they are running, I think, Caribou's from OP11, but it's not a Blackbeard type card. Only running 2 Laffites in the Blackbeard list. To me, that's insane. To me, that is absolutely insane. This is a weird list. Maybe it's the top list, so I guess. But we're running 4 of the Tempest Kicks. We're running 2 Laffites, 4 Caribou's. The only new support we're running is the 2 of 7-drop Teach. Running 3 Doqs, 3 Liberations, 2 Black Holes. Interesting list. If you want to try it out, give it a try. Personally, I will not be trying this list. Let me tell you, I'm going to be the first one to tell y'all. But if you want to try it, give it a go. It obviously had success for me. I ain't trying it. Next, we got Buggy. I'm glad Buggy's in the meta. It gives us some spice with kind of a new leader that we have not seen. Because the rest of the leaders are just... I mean, we've been seeing the same kind of top 10 leaders for a while now. They're just very powerful leader effects. But Buggy really making his way into the metagame. We're seeing a lot of new cards from the starter decks making his way in. And if you are looking for a Buggy list, this is a good place to start. Buggy's a really cool deck, very unique. And really not another deck that plays like it in the game right now. The 4-cost Buggy's absolutely nasty. Only running 2 of. I guess it's fine. I don't play Buggy very often, but I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the deck. Big fan of Buggy. Next, getting into Zoro. It's Zoro, guys. Like I said, we've been seeing these leaders, just variations of them, for a lot of sets now. We've been seeing the same kind of leaders with different new cards and a couple leaders trickling into the top 10, but Zoro just refusing to go anywhere. Just like I said, the leader ability is just too strong on like purple Luffy, Bonnie, on these monocolored leaders with just leader abilities that don't make sense in comparison to their counterparts. So yeah, Zoro still really good. Zoro still really good. Next we have the purple black Luffy. I thought this leader was going to be a lot higher, but it's really taken a falling off. Its win percentage is at 46%. We'll take a look at these matchups as well with the UP Luffy and the purple black Luffy. But with the new 6-drop Luffy and the new Nico Robin and the 6-drop Luffy from EBO2, I thought this deck would just kind of explode. And we saw it explode in the first meta report from 2 weeks ago, because it was number 1 for like a second there, and now it's number 10. Its win percentage is kind of tanked. Yeah, we'll take a look at what's going on. But yeah, guys, those are the top 10 deck lists. I'll make sure to put all of those in the description of the video. So if you need any of them, just go ahead and grab them. And yeah, let's get into the matchups very quickly, and then we'll get out of here. Okay, so UP-Luffy matchups. What can we run and realistically find success into UP-Luffy? So obviously, Belo Betty, green purple Luffy, 45% win percentage. If you are running green purple Luffy, it's not a bad matchup. It is an average matchup at best. 45% is not the end of the world. You're going to be winning around 50% of those games. Even if you're a better player, it'll probably be closer to, 50% if you're an average player, 45%. Belo Betty, 32% into Belo Betty. Belo Betty is the hard counter by far. Seen a lot of success into UP Luffy. Purple Black Luffy, it's just a 50-50 matchup. Blackbeard, 50-50. Buggy's seen a lot of success into UP Luffy just because of the board spam, swinging huge numbers with those 7Ks and 8K bodies, and you can't really remove them because the Crocodile and Mihawk protects them. So Buggy's seen a lot of success. Smoker, 50-50. Bonnie's kind of getting smacked around, 62%. Purple Luffy, pretty good matchup with UP Luffy. Green Yellow Law, pretty good matchup into UP Luffy. And Zoro about 50-50. So I'm surprised. Well, I guess you're seeing it in its win rate now, 50%. Most of its matchups are really close to 50%, if not losing. So there's a lot of matches being well, that could be why there's a lot of matches being played. Everyone is playing the deck, so there's not really, the best players aren't consolidated into UP Luffy. It's just kind of all of us thrown together, and it is what it is. But a lot of decks are finding a little bit of success into UP Luffy. So a lot of 50% matchups, no really horrible matchups, no really very good matchups. And I guess Belo Betty's the one horrible matchup, which is why it's number 2. And seeing a 55% win rate. Belo Betty just absolutely feasting. And then the last matchups I wanted to get into was the Purple Black Luffy. Purple Black Luffy, it's kind of the same thing as the UP Luffy, but it has worse matchups and more of them. So it has a lot of 50% matchups, a couple of 60% into Buggy and into Green Yellow Law, which aren't the most relevant decks in the meta right now. And then it's just losing pretty hard to Green Purple Luffy, Belo Betty, Blackbeard about 50%. It's losing to Smoker. It's losing a lot to Bonnie, and Purple Luffy as well, 42%, and Zoro 44%. So just not a very good matchup spread for Purple Black Luffy. It has its places, but in general struggling. Maybe a shakeup of the list will be required. But yeah, those are the two kind of decks I wanted to get into for the matchups. If you want to take a look at the rest of them, I'll leave a screenshot of the matchup board here, and you can take a look at that yourself if you want to start countering one deck or looking to pick up another deck and trying to see its matchup spread. Hold on, Smoker just green across the board. That is insane. Smoker just 50% across the board except for Belo Betty and the Zoro matchup. Really cool from Smoker. Alright guys, that is going to be it for the video. If you made it to the end, make sure to drop a like, drop a sub if you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to comment Friday if you are here. And with that being said, I will see you guys later.